What's happening, Hardscapers? Today we got a problem we're fixing. We got some rust on some of these slabs and we're going to be cleaning it. Let's get into this. So this is a project we left unfinished over the winter and we're just coming back, putting our final touches on it. Probably got a couple weeks worth of work here, but there are some rust stains. You can see a circle there, and we got another circle there. Just something client left out over the winter, allowed it to corrode, even some spots through here. So we've got a cleaner. We're gonna be using this to clean it. I'll be going through step by step on how we do that. So this is the cleaner that we're going to be using. It is a rust remover. Now, I believe rust is a surface stain, so it should be a fairly easy stain, maybe a couple applications to get rid of this. Most ceiling manufacturers will have the cleaners for anything that get onto your slabs. So if you're looking for where to get this or another stain remover from your patio, you can find that from most ceiling manufacturers. Oh yeah, and as I record this, after I've already cleaned it, just stay tuned to the end because I've got some tips for you as well. Now, I don't expect this to be a very difficult stain to remove. Like I said, it might take a couple applications to be able to get it out, but it's very important to read the instructions, and it might differ from product to product, manufacturer to manufacturer. But for the most part, we're looking at wetting down the surface at first, very important, and then ensuring that we use a diluted solution on a test area just to make sure it doesn't have any adverse effects on the actual pavement surface, scrubbing with a nylon brush, and then doing any extra applications as necessary to get the remainder of that stain out. Now, rust is, I believe, a surface stain, so it shouldn't soak into the pavement. So it should be fairly easy to get out. I haven't actually cleaned rust yet from a paver, so we'll see how that works. More common stains are things like grease or oil that actually soaks into the pavement. So the sooner you can clean that, the better. And it's a very easy solution to be able to just pour it on. It removes that grease by pulling it up through the pavement, and it dries to a powder, and it's a quick, easy sweep away. But we're not dealing with grease or oil here, so we'll just talk about rust. Now, very important that we have some safety glasses. We've got our neoprene gloves, and we're nice and safe with this because it is a corrosive product. And like I said, with most of these cleaners, start with a diluted solution and do it on a test area just to make sure that there's no adverse effects or it doesn't discolor the pavement in any way, shape, or form. Luckily, we're doing this before the jointing compound is going in. Afterwards, that may be a little bit more difficult if we can't get the stain out and we have to remove it and then put a new piece in, or a new slab or a new paver in. That does get a little bit more difficult. So that first one went well. I like the output of what it looks like. It does seem like, if I get in here, it does seem like you can see it just a little bit there, but I'll give it some time to dry and I'll reapply. As well as there's a faint outline still present there. And that was after quite a few applications there, but I do start to see more of it eating away at the face mix here. I don't know if you can tell, but there's more speckles here as opposed to here where I didn't apply it as much. Now, that is something that it does say on the bottle, that you will see a slight either discoloration or slight difference between the cleaned area and the not so cleaned area. So that was kind of expected. So I tried to just scrub as much as possible as opposed to applying as much. We'll see how these go. We got a couple of spots there. We got a spot there, as well as 1, 2, 3, and then 2 circles here. So I'll try to get a shot for before and after, and we'll see how these ones go. All right, those are the after shots there. And did a once through once more. There's a little residue there, but for the most part, this looks awesome. Worked really well. Night and day difference. We'll take another shot when it is completely dry to show you the before and after there. All right, some things that I learned after my first time cleaning rust. Number one, don't be stingy on the actual cleaner. Even if it's a small little rust stain, just pour a little bit more than you would normally. Think too, if it was just a little tiny rust stain, the more you use in that initial go, it seems to foam up a lot more and be active a lot more than actually adding to it after the fact. Just so you know, in that first shot, try to dump a little bit more than you think you would, even if it is that just little tiny amount there. Make sure you've got water on hand. You'll see at the beginning of the video, I used a container. Just get your hose out. I don't know what I was thinking at the beginning there. Don't do as I do, do as I say. And do make sure to rinse off this area really well and first test that cleaner on a smaller area, let it dry, make sure it turns out the way you want it to. I can already see a little bit of clouding here. We'll see how that goes. Okay, so this is the remainder that's left over. Evidently there's a little bit of staining and it seems to be more or less in the areas that I poured in those circles that it's following, and I'm not too happy about that. It could have been that I didn't use enough water. At the beginning of the video, I was using a bottle and kind of rinsing it off, but that did not go as well as I'd hoped it would. So probably I needed to use more water here. Another tip there, as well as it definitely did expose more of the aggregate from this face mix compared to where I did not use the solution. So it does definitely eat away at the surface. One thing to note there, and as well as leaves that cloudy stain there. But I'm gonna be cleaning this project anyways with a solution after or before I install the jointing compound. And we've also got room underneath the hot tub that we can put some of these anyways. Hey, I hope this video's helped you in some way. If you do have a question, leave it in the comment section below. I'll respond to anybody and everybody. Like this video if you found it helpful for whatever reason, and subscribe to this YouTube channel for more hardscaping content like this. Thank you so much for watching.